So here's the biggest update for 2026. This is a 2026 Toyota Sequoia Limited. And for 2026, it did get one big update that you guys should know about. I borrowed this SUV from Karl Malone Toyota here in Draper, Utah. It is available for sale. Be sure to ask for Lex. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. Windshield pearl with the boulder interior. And then this is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause. Base price comes in at $72,795. And this one does have the premium auto leveling LED headlights. Nightshade package is $500. I want to say it was $365 last year. The JBL 14 speaker is $720. This also has the extra charge for the paint, panoramic sunroof. Tow Tech did go up in price this year. All-weather liners, and then you have the roof crossbars for $365. Now with destination with the options, you have a total price of $79,083. And then here are the Philly common numbers off to the side. When you consider the base price from 2025 to now in 2026, this did get a price increase of $970, not including options and destination charges. So at the end of the day, you do pay a little bit more money, but I like the fact that Sequoias are not mass produced like the GMC Yukons and Chevy Tahoes, right? There's not as many of these on the road, so they do hold their value a lot better. I would never buy a Toyota Sequoia without these headlights, by the way, too. Don't get me wrong, the reflective style are fine, but these headlights at night, if you do a lot of night driving, they're absolutely amazing. You have the sequential turn signal, as you can see right there, and you have that quad projector beam too, high and low beam. This one also has the front parking sensors. Love the Nightshade too. You get that blackout on the front end, especially on that grille. And front camera, adaptive cruise controls right there, active grille shutters too, and there is a pass through for air right here too, and it goes right through the liner. Fabric material, and you do have that double wishbone setup. They've been doing this since the very beginning of Sequoia, by the way, too. You have that coilover aluminum steer knuckle inside of there, and then here are the tires. These are the Bridgestone Dueler HTs. It's going to be a 265/60/20, which is basically 32.5 inches tall, 10.4 inches wide. And if you care to see the capacity for the tire, it's going to be 2,469 pounds at 44 PSI max. 4-piston brakes, easy to service too. Plastic on the fender flares. Here's some of that badging. And you see the sparkle in that mirror cap? That looks really nice. I love that. Turn signals on the mirrors, and if we step back, I do like the wheel design. 6 lug, by the way. And I think that the Nightshade package is the way to go. You have cameras on the mirrors down below. No puddle lights, however. Fixed running boards. Smart key system just for the front doors, so you can lock it right here and then unlock it by sliding your hand in. Love the black trimming around the door handles and around the windows too, of course, because of that Nightshade package. You don't have smart key system for the back doors, however. And if you check out on the roof, you see that twin panel. Also, you saw your crossbars right here, and 83.5 pounds per crossbar is what these can handle. Hopefully you guys see that there. Not bad. Also, you have 3 antennas on the roof. Here's where you're going to fill up at. 22.5 gallon fuel tank, and you can use regular fuel for these too. And out back, more of that black painted trim, sequential tail lights. Yeah, the Sequoia looks great. They do hide that hitch, and you have that sensor right here if you want to open up your tailgate. I always forget to show that, I'll be honest. And today I just remember because I saw the lines right there on that. Now I know that this back is controversial, but this does pop out and you can actually create some extra storage. So if you want to put something at the very top here and then put something below, I do like that. However, there's not a lot of space behind the third row. That's probably the biggest disadvantage. But one thing I like about the Sequoia is they don't skimp out on these power seats. And even when the seats are down, I think that there's still a lot of space. So for example, if you want to put this at the same height as the seats, check that out. And you still have space below. So I understand the hate with this, but I actually like it personally. Have power plugs back here. There's speakers on the back of this tailgate, and if you want to put this down, you have that option. You have LED lights there, and then this light here is for your receiver hitch. The backup camera has a sprayer on it to clean it off. If you're in reverse, you can also open this glass too. Back in the day on the first gen Sequoia, that glass came down with power. And do you guys see, you do have the curtains in that third row. And let's go ahead and check out that side view. I got to show you underneath as well. But yeah, look at that. It looks good. Again, I know it's $80,000, but in a lot of cases, these SUVs are really creeping up in that 90 grand range. And you guys see right there, there's that solid rear axle, stainless steel exhaust. Let's go ahead and check out what's under the hood. So here's that V35A, also known as the 3.4 liter twin turbo V6, also known as the iForce Max. And the reason why is because you have this hybrid system. Now this is the only powertrain available for the Sequoia, and it has 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. Just think, 10 years ago, this would be considered a performance model probably for Toyota. Now all that power does go through a 10-speed transmission. First gear is super deep. I want to say it's like a 4 something. And aluminum construction, 10.5-to-1 compression, which is why you can use regular fuel in this engine. If you get a Lexus, you got to use premium. But the biggest thing about this engine that I like is it is direct and port injection, which is that D4S basically. So all in all, good powertrain, 331 rear end. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. So here's the biggest update for 2026. You no longer have Softex, you now have leather seats, okay? Now obviously, I can make a case for Softex just simply because people today don't look at leather the way they did 20-30 years ago. Anytime you have leather seating, you have to add protectants and conditioners to this. Softex, you do not have to do that. Now, for me personally, I would prefer this because I'm going to add something to these seats probably every quarter. But for some people, the Softex probably would have made more sense. Love the fact that this has a boulder and you have soft touch here, here, and where your arm's going to be resting. However, the rest of the door is going to be hard plastic. Love the fact that it gives you auto up and down for front and rear windows. No other manufacturer does that in this segment, I don't believe. And you have those automatic auto folding outside mirrors, 2 seat memories, 14 speaker JBL, and then this is your puddle light on the door here. 10-way driver seat. And then here's those liners, that's Sequoia right there. And then this is all the controls on the side. Heated steering wheel buttons right there. Auto high beams and a few other things there. Soft touch on the dash. Black liner on the roof here with the grab handles up front. There's that twin panel. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. On this side, you still have a power seat, and it's going to be 10-way. And look at how wide that bottom seat cushion is. It's a big deal when you compare it to like a Chevy and a GMC. Love how wide the seats are in these Toyotas. Leather wrapping right there, and all this is soft touch, but up top here, hard plastics. More speakers up there too. 14-inch display. Oh, and one last thing, glove box, just in case you want to see that. Something else that Toyota does, and I don't know why other manufacturers don't do this, is the rear shades. I love the curtains in the back. I think that they're worth it on these larger SUVs. If you have older parents and they sit back here, it's just nice to give them more protection from the sun, right? You have your seat back pockets right there. You can get a second row captain's chair if you'd like. And you guys see there, climate control, 120 volt. And they give you a Type A and Type C USB down there. No heated seats back in the rear. I'm going to push my bag over so you guys can see out back, but check that out. Armrest, and these seats just tumble. They give you the liners in the rear. Now if you need to put up this third row, you see how it's automatic power? I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and sit back here so you guys see how big it is. The roof does sit kind of low in the rear, but all things considered, this is pretty big. And as I said, they give you the curtains back here. Cup holders. If you want to recline this third row, it's powered. And a little bit of storage. Hopefully you guys can see down there. And then the USB, just one right there in that rear here. That's that middle seat belt, air vents, lighting. So this is technically an 8-passenger SUV. Love that that's automatic. Now I didn't mention this earlier, but you do have a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And this screen is pretty much customizable if you like. On this side, you don't have the massage seats function that you get on the higher trim levels, but you do have the wireless charger down there, dual climate control, heated and ventilated seats. I think that Toyota has the best camera system. I've been saying this for a long time. It's very easy to use. They're probably neck and neck with GM on their 360 camera views, like tons of views. This menu stays down below, so you're not guessing what to hit next. And you can change the backup lines on the side here. You can set this up automatically so it comes on for you. You have that 4K rear view mirror. Also, place up here for your sunshades and how to control that twin panel. You can open that rear lift gate. All LED lighting. Your vanities right here. No heads-up display, however, on this one. And check out some of the trimming too, right here. Has a nice look to it. Normally on the lower trim levels, they make it look cheap, but this looks actually really nice. You have USBs, coin holder, decent storage, and they illuminate this area too. You have tow haul mode, drive modes. You have 3, sport, normal, and eco. No 4-wheel drive auto, but that's something that Toyota needs to add really quickly in my opinion. Hold function for the stoplight, electronic parking brake, towing features. This view is for the camera system here. Again, just really cool camera views for this thing. So if you're not great at parking, you can check before you get out. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten up. So I didn't plan to park nice here, but if I wanna make it look good, actually let's go forward. Let's see if it'll come up. So you see right there, you can get nice and perfectly aligned in those lines, and then you can check yourself. You can pause it. Really good features. And I like that they give you hard buttons still. I'm pretty sure in the future these are gonna go away, but if you want to turn on your ventilated seats or heated seats, you have hard buttons there. Trailer brake, push button start. And that is pretty much all I care to show you guys. I think that I'm going to be doing more videos this year on this, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Maybe I'll do a drive video comparing this with another brand. Here are the numbers on the door. The gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 4,080 pounds. The rear is 4,410 pounds. I wish that the Tundra had that same rear axle, my goodness. Gross vehicle weight rating is 7,660 pounds. And then all-in payload capacity is going to be 1,380 pounds minus 33 pounds. So that gives you 1,347. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I think that the Sequoia is a good option. By the way, I never pointed this out, but check this out. See how nice that sounds when you close the door? It's just little things like that that Toyota does. But I think the Sequoia is a nice one. It is expensive, but you have the quality and you have a lot of nice standard features. You don't really need to go above this trim level in a lot of cases. See you guys soon.